Oh, you know what,
What?
son of a bitch?
What?
We've got, and I'm sure it's because I'm on this podcast and I work for the competitor, but we've got to be able to get the sound back on this podcast for these watch along.
Nope. WWE does not want us telling people to go to the Peacock Network. They do not want to serve their partners at NBC Universal. They're not interested in that. They want to get all the money they can get from those guys and hope that every year less and less people watch it and then they get to go fish for a new deal. They're not interested in trying to grow and us direct traffic there and encourage people to sign up at Peacock. They don't want that.
Yeah, but you know what? We've got a on this network. We got one of the highest ranking executives that can get that done for us.
No, you can't. Good before. See, this is a new WWE.
Okay, I see.
Like once upon a time, we didn't have any issues at all because the reason that Vince hired Bruce back is because all of a sudden the folks over at the WWE Network when they first launched it, they were like, "Hey, why all of a sudden are people watching this random old pay per view that we're not talking about? We're not promoting. It's not an anniversary." It was the power of something to wrestle. So they came calling. We did a show for them on the network. They were thrilled. They were so happy with Bruce. He's making more money than ever now. But the person who made all those decisions, I don't know if you've heard this, but he's not there anymore. And well, it's a new
Yeah,
legal outfit who's helping. And
yeah. So you just chalk it up to idiot lawyers.
yeah, I mean, I guess they're thinking we're trying to monetize their IP for ourselves. But the reality is, we're trying to get people to go watch the stuff because
Yeah.
there is a treasure trove of great content that the WWE owns that they
Mhm.
don't promote and they don't talk about. And so as a result, no one watches it. I mean, I've been on some of their internal calls years ago at this point now, back when somebody else was still there. And it was said over and over and over, hey, people only watch the premium live events and the new current stuff. They don't watch the old stuff. And that
Mhm.
disappointed me, Tony, because you and
Yeah.
I had such a great time watching all the 1986 Jim Crockett promotion.
All right.
And I know for a fact we got a lot of people to watch that, and now they're back in and they're watching current stuff.
Yeah.
WWE doesn't believe that. They don't buy
Yeah.
that. They don't think that nostalgia is a way to introduce. And even if they do, I guess they just want to own it all, which is fine. We're not trying to own it, but hey, if we're letting you hear some of what's going on in 1986, and we say, by the way, all of 85 and 87, and it's all here, you would think that would be a formula that would work, because it has. But that's old management. New management says, no thanks.
Okay. Well, I've always believed this about lawyers. There's a definite line in lawyers, right down the middle.
Yeah.
You're either really, really smart and really good, or really fucking stupid. There's no in between. And I'll leave it at that.
Speaking of stupid, Coach Rosie, friend of the show, says, where were you Saturday night after a collision? Because I was sitting at Sapphires by myself having to talk to Disco waiting.
Okay. Well, here's exactly where I was, coach. First of all, I would not go anywhere near Disco Inferno. Nowhere near. That's number one. Even if I were drunk and someone said, "Hey, you want to go see Disco?" And normally a drunk person will go, "Yeah." I'll go, "Fuck no." I'm gonna lay it out. This is the type of person that I am, and this is boring as shit. And you know how I am, Conrad. Boring as shit. Okay, takes a lot for me to do something. I went back to the hotel, and my hotel was out at the airport on the other side of the airport. It wasn't even near the strip. Didn't even have uh didn't even have in the lobby slot machine. I stayed at this hotel and I had to do some signings for Upper Deck that I wasn't able to do during the day. And I took about 3 hours and did the signing in my hotel room that night and went to bed and was able to get a good night's sleep. Here is here is what I did between Bakersfield and Las Vegas. When everybody else ran to Las Vegas after Bakersfield, I stayed in LA for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And what I did was both days got these real nice walking shoes and I walked the beach between Santa Monica and Venice Beach, 4 miles each day. And then stayed in a hotel by myself, did some work. We had to do some voiceover work, some voiceover, as we call them, punches for the control center, and flew in Saturday morning, went right to the building and did the collision and came right back to the hotel and did the signing like that. So that's me, just by myself. I don't hang with the crowd, and that's pretty fucking boring, isn't it?
Have you been to Sapphires before?
No. So you're saying I missed something? Is that top of the line? Is that in as far as strip clubs go, would that be like one of the best?
It's up there.
Okay.
It's up there. Yeah, I
Yeah, but they hired this goof. How good could they be?
well, listen, are you telling me there's no goofs under the employ of
Yeah.
Tony Khan and AEW? I bet I could
Yeah.
name a few
Yeah.
running around if I really
Yeah.
had to.
And you would be right on.
I I saw something at Sapphires once I've never seen.
Okay.
A power bomb through a glass table.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, hopefully it was by it was by a bouncer.
Nope.
Oh my god.
There was a lady doing a lap dance as they do, and there
Yeah.
was a glass coffee table in front. And then another lady came over and they were trying to do some sort of Three Stooges routine. You know how there's a high spot and everybody's on the top rope at the same time, and then maybe one person loses their balance, that causes another person to lose their balance, and down goes Frazier.
Yes.
Well, it looked as if this guy had like a power bomb type position set up,
Uh-huh.
and then she just fucking jackknifed right through that glass table.
Oh
And I
god.
immediately said to everyone else I was there to watch the Super Bowl with, "It's time to go right now. Let's get our
Yeah.
tab. Let's pay. Let's
Yeah.
leave. I'm not sure what happened, but there's about to be paperwork involved, and I don't want there to be a record that I was even here." Now, of course, I'm telling the story on podcast, but I've never seen someone get power bombed through a glass coffee table before.
No.
And in fairness, she rode Warrior hawked. She just hopped right up. I don't know if she was hopped up on something or maybe thought, hey, I'm going to get in trouble for this, or I'm an entertainer. I got to act like that didn't hurt. But I mean, she had glass in her hair. It was wild.
Wow. Well, there you go. We'll blame Disco Inferno.